Flip, 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 flip weekly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Flip Weekly podcast. Happy Christmas. It's December 25. Thank you for joining me on this podcast. I'm not expecting many people to tune in today, but if you do, we have something a bit different for you this week. We're not going to be going through what I bought. Who cares what I sold? We're going to be doing what the podcast episode title says I'm going to be doing. Also, I want to announce the winners of the Thriftmas giveaway from last week. Win yourself a brand new piece of Lego, which is selling in stores for around $120, I think. I did Christmas shopping this week, as most of you would have done, and I went into the Lego store. It's probably the first time I've been inside of a Lego store for this year. I have no reason to go into one. I certainly can't afford the Lego that's inside that place. Have you seen the prices of Lego? There was a Star Wars Millennium Falcon that was over $1,000, and I know it's probably reaching for the most expensive piece of Lego, but I couldn't believe that a fucking piece of Lego was $1,000. And the irony of them having like this really nice aquarium inside of a display case, and it's just all made out of plastic shit. I was looking at it, I was like, fuck, that looks nice. And then the irony of it all being made out of plastic and these poor little fishes that will probably end up eating this shit. We will also be talking about, this will be at the end, you can tune out by then. We'll be talking about a news article that went live this week. I did an interview with the folks over at News Corp. That went live. If you haven't read it, if you don't get the Daily Telegraph delivered to your front door, wow. Does anyone do that anymore? I was surprised when I went to get the paper because I wasn't told. I assumed that, it was featured in the Daily Telegraph along with all the other mastheads. I assumed it might be in the actual physical newspaper. Then when I went to buy the Daily Telegraph, $3.50, that's fine, whatever. I was surprised. First of all, it came in a plastic sleeve like I was opening a present. It didn't come just flat like they used to, so they're adding more plastic to it. So it came in plastic. I opened it up. This thing is, swear to God, like 30 pages. And it's not like there isn't much to talk about. We just had last week's Bondi terrorist incident. They're still talking about that in the paper, and they could barely make 30 pages. It just surprised me, I haven't picked up a newspaper since I delivered them as a kid, and I don't think anyone else has either. So they're going the way of the dinosaurs. Might be a good thing. I say it might be a good thing. It's a good thing. Let's be real. This is News Corp. This is Rupert Murdoch's newspaper. The Murdoch Rags. This is not a good company. If they're listening to this, I'll probably never get an interview with them again. But I've ragged on Murdoch for the past 15 years. I have a Chrome extension, a browser-based app called Buy Rupert, which is an extension that blocks all of Rupert Murdoch websites used by like 10,000 people. I have my name on it, but for some reason they don't put two and two together, but that's neither here or there. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. We don't want to be talking about how Rupert Murdoch has destroyed the American population with brain rot content, or how he set Australia back by fucking decades. Let's not get into it. It's Christmas time. So, what I want you to do, if you're listening on Christmas Day, it's not going to get much better. This is the peak. This isn't the peak of your Christmas Day. This is the bottom. This is the bottom of your Christmas. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry. Go see your family. Talk to your family. Talk to your friends. Don't listen to this shit. If you're listening to this afterwards, good. I figured for this week, we were going to do the resellers as Christmas movies because we just want to do something a bit fun. I just want to do something a bit fun. So yeah, I want you, maybe crack a drink, crack a beer, sit back and let me talk shit about your reseller friends and family. So here's the thing. When it comes to Christmas movies, I fucking love Christmas movies. Every movie that is in this podcast is a movie that I really enjoy. Christmas movies may be one of my favorite genres too. There's something very comforting about putting one on. But the thing is, like most movies that I enjoy, I don't watch them very often. And Christmas movies, of course, you would assume you would only watch them in December as Christmas is coming around. But for me personally, there's always a reason not to watch them. And look, think of all of the classics. I love them, but I'm like, nah, not tonight. And then, nah, not tonight either, not the next night. You know, I'll make up an excuse for some reason. Then all of a sudden, it's like Christmas Day and you realize you haven't watched a single Christmas movie. I haven't watched a single Christmas movie this year. I want to. I have so many that I want to watch. I just haven't watched them. But with all the Christmas movies that I'm about to mention, I could quote them. There are so many quotable films that I'll probably just rattle off a bit later. So they're memorable. They're quotable. Oh man, I just realized I was looking at my my list of the Christmas movies coming up. They're not all movies that I like. I wrote out this list the other day. And the first one, it's not a movie I enjoy. So look, they're not all great. Even though I've just praised every single one of them. We're not going to change it now because just like you, I've poured myself a drink and we're just going to get through them. But look, the first type of reseller we're going to talk about is the Whatnot reseller. They've sprung up in Australia ever since Whatnot came to this country. I don't have a problem with them. I really don't. I would never use the platform myself, especially at the moment, just because it seems like the people that are buying are also going to be reselling. And the amount of streams that I tune into and items are selling for like $1 or $2, it's like just a way to get rid of stock, right? The items that I'm buying, I'm wanting to sell them for over $100. Like, I don't want to go to the post office. You shouldn't want to go to the post office for an item that sells for $1. How do you even make money on that? So if I put some of my stuff up and I sold them all for $1 or $2, like, what is the point? What is the point? I'd rather throw them out. And at that point, I wouldn't even care about the whole, you know, it's a recycled environment. When people talk about being resellers because they love keeping stuff out of the trash. Like, really, I don't care that much. I should, but I really, to be honest, I don't care that much. You know, I chuck stuff in the bin. Anyway, it's Christmas time. We're supposed to be happy. So, the Whatnot reseller. Who are they as a Christmas movie? The Whatnot reseller is Daddy's Home 2. Now, this is a movie that stars Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg, John Lithgow? I was about to say John Cusack, but that's someone else. And Mel Gibson. It also stars... Who's the woman in that? I can't remember. Oh, it's Linda Cardinale. Man, from Freaks and Geeks. Anyway, yeah. The Whatnot reseller is Daddy's Home 2. It's mostly because of Mel Gibson, but... the other thing is, with this movie, is, you know, the first one came out and it was okay. It made so much fucking money. I think it made like $300 million worldwide, which is a lot of money for a comedy. And then Daddy's Home 2 came out, made a bit less. Really hoping we don't get Daddy's Home 3. But look, the reason why the Whatnot reseller is Daddy's Home 2 is because people aren't enjoying what they're watching. They're not. It's a shit movie, right? And not many people saw it. So the people that are watching, there's like 10 people. Okay. And the movie's running time is like 30 minutes too long. There's no script. There's no budget. That's non-existent. And I mean, in terms of the set pieces and the set design, like, let's be real, there is none, right? So the only thing that viewers are looking forward to is the possibility of someone on screen getting drunk, yelling some things that they'll later come to regret. They'll get blacklisted by the community too. If that sounds familiar, then shout out to our boy Mel Gibson, because he might have said a few things in the past that he wasn't too happy about having made public. Did he say them publicly? I don't know. Was he recorded? Was that David Hasselhoff that was recorded when he was eating the cheeseburger? Anyway, the Whatnot reseller, your Daddy's Home 2, I'm sorry. Now, the video game reseller. I have a love-hate relationship with this category. I have a love-hate relationship with these resellers too. Have you ever sold a video game before on Marketplace? It's not a fun experience. So I really couldn't think of a more perfect Christmas film to represent video game resellers than Jingle All the Way. And it's because of the parallels. Video game resellers, they are constantly on the hunt for grail items, or for the grail, for the holy grail. They want the 64, they want the GameCube, they want the Turbo Man. You know, you walk into an op shop, you walk into a garage sale, what do you see? You see everything that you don't want. Just like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he walked into that supermarket, all he saw was Booster, which is Turbo Man's sidekick that nobody fucking likes. You know, that fucking furry dude dressed up in the costume has an accent that makes him seem like a bit of a cunt. Like when kids have access to things like Mario and Call of Duty, they're not going to be playing SingStar or Wii Fit, all the games that you see in an op shop. On the off chance, and this has happened to me before, on the off chance you come across what you're looking for, the video game bundle, the Nintendo 64, the Turbo Man, someone that's probably out of work, who's past his prime, you've got a huge fucking belly, they're going to steal it out of your hands, so you can't win. You really can't. That's the video game reseller. You Jingle All the Way. Congratulations. Really great movie, by the way. I fucking love Jingle All the Way. Phil Hartman in Jingle All the Way. Man, what a role. And this is like the quotable movie. There are so many quotes in this fucking movie. Like the amount of times I just scream out Jamie. So yeah, video game resellers Jingle All the Way. Now, the clothing reseller is people that are in the clothing racks. They're finding brands. They're finding brands that I have no idea about. You know, when I'm in clothing, I'm looking for the most generic shit. I'm looking for fucking sports jerseys. Or I'm browsing through the same rack 100 other people have browsed through, being like, am I going to find a $1,000 vintage t-shirt today? No. And then you see the thrift store staff, I mean mostly savers, walking around in like these band t-shirts. You know, have you ever seen that before? Something about that just, it really annoys me, man. It's like, I want that. Not you. That's what I'm supposed to be finding, not you. But yeah, the clothing reseller, who are you? I'm about to tell you who you are. And by the way, all of this is extremely accurate. This is a science, like astrology. Just as astrologists can predict Earth events based on the moon and the sun, I can predict the type of Christmas movie you are based on the items that you buy and sell from op shops. So the clothing reseller, who are you? You are the Santa Claus. I feel like that woman from the original Power Rangers movie where they're all lined up. She's saying to them like, Billy, you are the frog. And he's like, the frog? Then she explains, yes, you are wise or cunning or whatever the fuck. She hypes up that fucking frog. Tell you that. The clothing reseller, you are the Santa Claus. The reason why you're the Santa Claus, it's because the overall product is pretty good, right? You get good brands. It's a solid era. There's strong comps, but there's something wrong, right? Something is tainted. Now, is it a stain, a mystery mark? No, it's a Tim Allen. It's a Tim Allen. You convince yourself it's fine. It'll wash out. It won't. For all of us that are honest, we'll still sell it, but we'll mention it very casually in the description. Now, you can think whatever you want about Tim Allen, but you cannot deny The Santa Claus is a good movie. Very quotable again, too. So, random quotes as well, not main quotes that I remember from The Santa Claus. Things like, did you burn the turkey? Mm-hmm. The next reseller we're going to be talking about is the everything reseller. These are people that just buy anything based on, I mean, the idea that they can make a few dollars on it. They haven't niched. They don't have any sort of category. They just buy everything. You are surviving Christmas. This is a movie with Ben Affleck, Christina Applegate, the late, what's his name? Dude from Sopranos. What's his fucking name? And the mum from Home Alone. Oh man, this is gonna annoy me. Anyway, you are surviving Christmas. Now this movie, again quotable, not everyone's favorite, but we have some parallels here because we're talking about people. Well, we're talking about you. You will buy anything if you think it's going to benefit you personally. You're going to spend some money, and you know that might be an item in the thrift store. Or, like Ben Affleck in Surviving Christmas, you'll pay a group of strangers to pretend to be your family. So it doesn't matter. So your entire business model, just like that character, is chaos. And for some reason it works, right? It works, at least for now. If you've seen the ending of Surviving Christmas, spoiler alert, you will realize eventually you can't buy everything. You just need to relax a bit. So if you think that you are spending too much money in a thrift store and you're buying too much in a thrift store, put on Surviving Christmas, because you might learn a thing or two. You fucking won't, but that's who you are. Now, the one that I talk the most shit about. It's a specific category. It's the jeans reseller. Man, I swear I come at jeans resellers constantly. Every single interview I do. And look, it's not going to stop here because the jeans reseller, you are the Hallmark Christmas movie. Not just a specific movie, because they're all the fucking same. You're all of the Christmas movies. Or you're all of the Hallmark Christmas movies. It's not exciting. No one's impressed. It's not a conversation starter. But look, you know what it does for Hallmark? It pays the bills. You do one thing and you do it well. You know the cuts. You know the errors. You don't chase what's new and trending. All you do is you create, you post, and I guess you repeat. That's it. Some people, I guess, would call you the backbone of the economy. You'll never get the respect you deserve, probably because you don't deserve it. I'm sorry, jeans resellers. You are the backbone of this economy. You're the backbone of this economy the same way that Will Ferrell in the campaign says that Filipino tilt-a-whirl operators are the nation's backbone. What have we got after this? Now, we have another niche category. We have the CD, DVD reseller, the physical media reseller. Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? You are Home Alone, because it's an absolute classic. Millions of people appreciate it. And you know what? You've been making money from all the way back in the early 90s. When did Home Alone come out? I think Home Alone came out in 94. I mean, you've been making money before then, right? Not many things have the staying power that you do. This is such a good movie. Some people might say, like, move on and that there's better things out there, but you stay true. The parallel that I see between you CD, DVD resellers and Home Alone is because you have the same enemy, and they're thieves. People that steal. I can't imagine how your business was impacted back when LimeWire, Napster, and all those software applications came out. I mean, there's easier ways now to do it, but physical media is coming back. Look, you had people stealing from you back then. Kevin had people stealing from him. You are Home Alone. Congratulations. That's probably my favorite Christmas movie out of all of those. Now, the next reseller. You are the collectible reseller. Wait, I said that as if that's the movie. The collectible reseller. Who are you? Which Christmas movie are you? You are Spirited. Now, if you haven't heard of this movie yet, you may recognize the cover. The cover is with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. Now, look, your business model is the exact same. Your business model, it's very simple. You follow the trends, you follow the vibes. If it's hot, you're in. If it's not, you're out. You don't really care if it makes sense. You don't care if it has meaning. All you care about is your bottom line, right? And you know what? Ryan Reynolds is trending, so let's chuck him in the movie. And you know what? Everyone is spending hundreds of dollars on plastic Teletubby figures. Let's go buy them. It costs a lot. It has no real value. It has no real heart. That is who you are. And look, I say this as somebody that has got on the collectible trend for a while. The person that bought those plastic Teletubby figures, that was me. I'm still sitting with them. Paid $50, list them for $200. They haven't moved. Because at the end of the day, they're just worthless pieces of plastic. There's a trend here with all this shit, right? Everything is just plastic. But I guess according to me in this podcast, that's not a problem because I don't care, right? Anyway, the next type of reseller, you are the book reseller. Technically, I am a book reseller because it's my number one topic. And look, I don't have bias, but you know who you are. You are the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Because younger people, they probably think it's boring. They don't get it. And to be fair to them, if you told your younger self that this would be your day job You'd be selling books. You would have something in common with the protagonist from It's a Wonderful Life, and that's that you'd want to fucking kill yourself, right? Yet here you are. You're scanning those barcodes, you're searching those ISBNs, and you are quietly stacking your profits. It doesn't scream sexy, it's not loud, but it's reliable and is deeply, deeply comforting. Now, the tools reseller. This is a category I haven't had any luck with, mostly because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. The tools reseller, you are the Grinch. The reason you're the Grinch, and we're just going to say it straight off the top, it's because you're hairy and you're scary. Older people love you, younger people not so much. They don't get it, right? That's tools. The Grinch, what's the deal? We may never know. People don't understand. Your garages too are probably filled with tools to resell, but your garage is like the Grinch's heart where it's 3 sizes too small, right? You have tools just overflowing. So the tools reseller, you are the Grinch. Now, I'm sure there's some reselling categories that I've missed. There's definitely some Christmas movies that I've missed. There's a lot of other movies there that I'm a fan of, but there's no parallels to you as the reseller. So we can't include them, right? How accurate do you think that list was? Was it like an accurate representation? Because like I said, it's a fucking science. But let me know. Now, I guess before we get into the Thriftmas finale, I mean, this is going to be a shorter episode than usual, but before we get into the Thriftmas finale, we had a interview done this week with News Corp. We talked about reselling, mostly about the biggest thrift store flip that I've ever done. The conversation was with a reporter from the Daily Telegraph, and the article has gone live. It is on, I'll link to it in the Flip Weekly newsletter. I was going to say it's on the social media platforms, but it's not. I'll link to it in the Flip Weekly newsletter. Otherwise, look, let's just quickly go through it because I just want to clear up some stuff that, first of all, isn't true. So the article title is How One Man Makes $1,000 a Week Flipping Sydney's Op Shop Treasures. Now, the subtitle on that, which is accurate, semi-accurate, is A Sydney seller has found a profitable side hustle in an unlikely place with a $3 find turning into a $1,600 win. Now, obviously, that $3 find is not true because we found a bundle of Sonic books, which I talked about, and it was technically, what was it? It was it 60? 60 into 1,600. But yeah, let's just go through this top one for a second, this top paragraph for a second. It says, one Aussie has taken one man's trash is another's treasure to a whole new level, turning his thrift flips into a 5-figure side hustle. 2008, at age 16, Matt Carpenter bought MP3 players for $4.20 and resold them on eBay for $49.95. That is true. You can listen to a podcast episode about that. Just scroll back through. Now, 17 years and multiple companies later, this is one of the shit things that happened in the interview is when she asked me how old I was, and you have to do that fucking thing where you pull out the calculator and do 2025 minus the year you were born. I was like, thanks for that. He has never looked back, instead turning his side hustle into a full-time job. Now, that isn't true. This is not my full-time job. I don't get any money from the podcast or the newsletter. I do get money from the eBay sales, but it is not my full-time job. Now, I think that's really all I wanted to address from the article. You can go and read it yourself. I just wanted to clear that up. I don't want to be somebody that promotes, flipping, reselling as a full-time gig. I think it's a great side hustle. I really don't know how you could do it as a full-time gig. So I just wanted to clear that up. And I think we should get into Thriftmas. Shall we draw the winner of Thriftmas? Okay, I'm going to do it live this time because this is going to be a short episode, and let's just fill the air with some typing as I'm in the office here, and we're going to find all of these social media links. We put the links into this tool, and then it chooses them from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So we're going to do that. The prize, once again, is a Lego Nintendo Game Boy valued at just over $100. I'll ship it out to you. All you have to do is just get in touch with me so I can get your address I think when it gets shipped out, it'll probably arrive. It will arrive this year, depending on when you message, but it should arrive before the new year. So here we go. Let's determine the winner here of the Nintendo Game Boy Lego. The winner is from... Congratulations. It is from Instagram. The winner is... How the fuck do you pronounce that? SnickDHA93. So that is SNIKDHA93. Congratulations, you are the winner of some Lego. Congratulations to you. And I'd like to thank everyone for participating in Thriftmas 2025, trying to give a bit back. Hopefully in 2026, it will be bigger and better. I was wanting to do like a 12 days of Christmas thing, but then I was just like the logistics of it just didn't work out. Like how was I going to, like was I going to do 12 podcasts in December, 12 newsletters in December? Like in the fucking busiest time of year, you want to give yourself more work? Nah. Who knows what 2026 will look like though? Hopefully we can top the prizes. I mean, we had a gift card, which is not that exciting. We had a Polly Pocket factory sealed and we had some Lego. Thriftmas 2026, whatever we do well with throughout the year, that's what we'll be giving away. I won't be giving away anything that I found in the thrift. It just seems, I don't know, it seems like like a shit thing to do. Or like at least a shit giveaway, because you're really only giving away like, I mean, if I found that Polly Pocket in a thrift store, I'd probably pay like $5, right? And then you're just giving away $5. Nah, we don't want to do that. We want to give away the actual real value. It needs to hurt my pocket for me to get enjoyment out of it. So I think that's about all that I have for you this week. Look, it's Christmas Day. You're listening to this podcast. I told you to crack a drink, pour a drink. Hope that you did. Hope that you can have a good rest of the day. We're going to have next week's podcast come out too. It's due out on the 3rd. Is it due out New Year's Eve? Oh no, even better. It's due out New Year's Day, which means high viewership, high audio ship. It's going to be listened to a lot of people. It's what you want on a hangover day, right? Is to be listening to this fucking voice. Anyway, enjoy your Christmas. See you again next week.
Flip, 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 flip.
Flip Weekly.